Who's having a great time? Yeah. I know I am. Simplify. Cosine to the fourth theta minus sine to the fourth theta. We'll start there. Part A, cosine to the fourth theta minus sine to the fourth theta. Besides monsters under your bed, what else does that expression look like? What format does it have? Well, yeah, we could write it, if this is what you said, like that. Yeah. We can think about it that way. But what format does that have algebraically? Like if I said a to the fourth minus b to the fourth. I'll give you a hint. It's a difference of squares. Good job. So a to the fourth. Well, let me write a squared minus b squared. How does a squared minus b squared factor? Good, in either order. So in this chapter, there's a lot of algebra, even though it's trigonometry. The difference is, instead of variables, we're factoring functions. Same exact stuff. So cosine of the fourth minus sine of the fourth, according to our difference of squares here, would factor as cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta times cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta. Because our a here is cosine squared, our b here is sine squared. Okay, these are now in identities. What is cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta? Cosine of 2 theta times, what is cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta? 1. It's your Pythagorean identity. So what's cosine of 2 theta times 1, class? Cosine 2 theta. So when you're simplifying identities, sometimes it's very hard to know how far to go. That problem will be rectified in the next section. I'll move it over here. But it's not going to get any simpler than cosine of 2 theta. Even if you erase it, it's still there. Okay, how about part B? Sine theta minus cosine theta. What do you think we should do? You put it on a turkey before you put it in the oven. Foil. Thank you. I don't think this green's doing it for me. Is that hard to read, or is it just me? All right. Again, 12% of the population is voting. So if we FOIL it, what comes first? Oh, I made a mistake there, kids. That's actually a very common error. Please be careful with that. When you square something, you multiply it by itself. There, teachable moment. What comes first? What do you get for outer? There it is. What do you get for inner? Same thing. I'm going to save some space and put it right here. Outer and inner are the same. Is that okay? Foiling. Cool. What do we get for last? Cosine squared theta? So if we were to clean this up, let me do this first. We'd have sine squared theta minus 2 sine theta cosine theta plus cosine squared theta. Anything jumping out at you? Is what, pray tell? Yes, I'm going to use the highlighter. Ooh, lemony. Sine squared, you can barely see it now. Sine squared plus cosine squared is 1 minus, what is 2 sine theta cosine theta? Oh, more highlighter, please. Needs more cowbell. What does that give you? What do you mean something you can't read? It's awesome. No. There it is. It's a double angle for sine. Sine of 2 theta. Good. So again, these identities are being given to you. You need to be able to recognize them. You also need to be able to see a forest through the trees and be like, oh, I can manipulate it this way. We didn't have to do any major manipulations. Like we didn't have to multiply or divide by any numbers to get the identities going. They were already right there in front of us. But forest through the trees, you need to see the big, big picture.